The Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, came out to declare that she doesn't want to be president come 2031. We all know that very many voices were coming out to say that the way she's playing politics, it is like he wants to succeed General Kaguta Museveni in some unscrupulous ways. So Anita Among denied that she doesn't want to be president, and he said these statements.
I've had a section of people out there speaking, I don't want to call it rubbish, but it is rubbish, that Honorable Anita in the 2031 was to stand for presidency. I want to tell the Ugandans, even where I am now, I have overachieved. I did not expect to be there, and I am saying 2031, I am retiring from active politics. If my brother is standing or anybody that the President Museveni shows me support, that is the person I will support as the second national vice chairperson. This nonsense of saying Anita wants to be a president is total nonsense. I am not for that. I don't go for such what I cannot handle. Even being a member of parliament is too much.
That is Anita Among. First of all, for a Speaker of Parliament to deny that she doesn't want to become president, it means three things that I want to talk about. One, it shows that within NRM, there is no one who is allowed to show his presidential ambition. And basing on history, every person who has come out to show his ambitions has either been edged out, fought, imprisoned, etc. In fact, it has become a precedent that every person who wants to run against General Kaguta Museveni, he has to say to test jail. And Anita Among is coming out to deny this so that he cannot face the same consequences. But to hear those statements, for me, I feel bad. Because in the order of precedence, the Speaker of Parliament is number 3. It is to such an extent that if there is a vacancy in the executive, the Speaker of Parliament can become president. In fact, in very many countries, for a person to become speaker, he must also be able to become president. So we must ask our questions. Why is Anita Among denying, yet is occupying the third biggest office? In fact, it's my view that if he cannot occupy the speakership, if he cannot occupy the order of president the order of president to an extent that if there is a vacancy in the executive, she can become president. So what is the business of her being in the speakership? It should just really relinquish that position to other able-bodied men. But also, there are some things that I want to talk about this. So before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're into this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagale. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. One, for a Speaker of Parliament to come out and deny that he doesn't want to become president, it shows that NRM is a dictatorship that doesn't want to groom leaders. You know, Museveni portrayed himself as the only person with a vision. To an extent that if anyone wants to take over the presidency, he will get attacked. The system is trying hard to create a succession, yet Uganda needs a transition. But also for the Speaker of Parliament to come out and speak that he knows what he's doing. I keep on telling people that Anita Among is one of the shrewd politicians. He's not there by mistake. In fact, her statements are contradicting her actions. A person who doesn't want to be president, in the last election, he stood as the vice chairperson, NRM, national vice chairperson female. In the order of precedence of the NRM is number 3, because the chairperson, General Kaguta Museveni, is the first. Alhaji Chigongo, the vice chairperson, is first. The national vice chairperson female is number 3. You cannot come out to say that you don't want to be president, yet you still fight for each and every position that puts you ahead. When we are having when the NRM was having a retreat, he fought tooth and nail to an extent of calling out to Mao that she should not come to her bedroom. So her actions show the contrary. But Anita Among, if you are seeing this video, every politician has a right to aspire to be in any position. The mere fact that you are coming out to say that you deny and you don't want to be president, it clearly shows you that we are under dictatorship, and it must give you enough reason for you to come out and fight NRM. It is the truth. But also I keep on telling people that you should never take Anita Among's words. Okay? When he was in FDC, he named his child Besige. When he came in NRM and built a school, he named blocks MUSEVENI, Natasha, Muhozka, and Ugaba, etc. He knows how to play politics. And politicians are not measured on words. They are measured on their actions. And for me, if you ask me, Anita Among is metamorphosing. In fact, if he was a man, he was also going to be very deadly. He knows how to use money. I don't know where he got it. He knows how to get himself into power. In fact, he continued to say this.
How will you run this country? When I don't even know how to cock a gun. This country still needs people like, I don't have that patience to be president. I don't even have the urge. I don't even have the wish. But I am happy that in one way or the other, God gave me to be a speaker. Because I did not even expect to be a speaker. I did not expect to be a speaker, but I only thought, okay, let me try deputy speaker, because I wanted to help Honorable Olanya to win. And when I tried, I got it, but by bad luck, Right Honorable Olanya passed on, and I ended up being a speaker. But I did not even want to stand as a speaker. It is these people, the Honorable Commanders, who forced me to stand for speakership when Honorable Olanya died. I told them that I would be betraying my brother if I stood in his position. They said, but he's dead. What do we do? But I just wanted to make this very clear for those people out there as we run today's 52nd birthday, that I am what I am because of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. I would be a nobody in that village of Bukedea, so I will always do what President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni says. And for that sake, I would love his son.
That is Anita Among. For Anita Among to come out and say that even becoming a speaker, he overachieved. In the first place, he doesn't want to, he should not even be the Speaker of Parliament. People who occupy those positions, they are not supposed to be excited that being a speaker you have overachieved. No. They are supposed to occupy that positions because they deserve. I may differ with Honorable Kadaga, but he occupied that space with decorum. He wasn't never excited, yet he came from the rural Kamuri. So Anita Among coming out want to say that he doesn't want to be president, she doesn't want to be president, if he has the consequence, we are under dictatorship. Secondly, he wants to make the regime more soft on her. And one of the qualities of a good leader is a person who appears, you may not know his or her next mistake. He may become loyal. By the time he metamorphoses to be a president, it will be too late. And remember, the next phase of politics is going to be transition. It is right. It is the right thing that's supposed to be done. And the system is scared. That's why they try to sell General Moses Karugawa to the throats of very many Ugandans. The money that has been spent on Moses project is in billions, yet the only Ugandan doesn't like the guy. It is the truth. So Anita Among coming out to deny it shows the toxicity of our political environment and the dictatorship in our country that gives me more reason to fight back. Because you cannot be in a country where a person may fear to show his interest in a high seat because of what may happen. Of course, as my pyramid is truly Mr. Makindi, Kabisula Iman Magali. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.